Hey Barbies and Kens. So today I'm kind of doing like a part 2 of the video that I did before for you guys. And that was about my boyfriend that died in a car accident in 2010 when I was 16. I have his best friend on Skype right now today. And I thought it would be cool to do kind of like a his perspective sort of thing. Like, I told you guys like my experience with it and everything, but I thought from somebody else's point of view and angle it would be kind of cool. So he is going to talk to you guys.
Okay, so it's been a long time since I've known Joy. So my memory's a little fuzzy because you asked me to go back like 4 years, but I still do remember. Joey was a cool guy, you know, a go-getter, daredevilish, and the day he met Gabby. Okay, so basically, relatives from his family and my family were just like getting together to go out to the movie theaters, right? And Joey was with, and obviously I was there, and we were just hanging out, doing whatever, just having a fun time. And we were watching, I think it was Shrek the Third, wasn't it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And there was two mascots, one dressed in an ogre suit, and another dressed as Princess Fiona. And guess who was dressed as Princess Fiona? This girl right here, Gabby. Right? And, you know, Joey was eyeing her and everything, and he was all like, yo, we should totally go up to her and ask her for her number and see what happens. Right? So I was like, alright, fine. So we go up to her. And he didn't even know what to say. He was just like, hey, what's up? And then Gabby was like all caught off guard, and she was all flustered, and he was smooth talking her, and then he's like, oh. It's hard to remember exactly what was said, but it basically went down like smooth talking, and Gabby getting flustered. And she was just like, I remember at one point you pointed at him and you're like, you're cool. It's so weird because it's just like we all just went there to go see a movie and then all that happened. It's just catches you off guard. You never know what to expect.
Mhm.
And then it went on for a while that we would go to Becky's just so we can hang out with Gabby. Well, so he could hang out with Gabby. And then there was this one day where Gabby took us behind the big screen, you know, because we're not allowed to be back there, and Gabby's just a rebel. And there was this cart, like a cart that you would hook up to the back of a truck or something, and you would pull. And it wasn't hooked up or anything. And Joey's like, yo, we should, like, catapult this because it swiveled when you would stand on it, like, kind of like a teeter-totter. So I stood on one end, and then he would, like, jump on the other and, like, throw me into the grass. And Gabby was all like, no, don't do that! You're gonna get me in trouble! And it was just funny. It was just a fun time. And I remember Joey chasing his cousin around because his cousin is a little bitch, and he's constantly kicking his ass. It was the funniest shit. I'm not sure what else to add to that. I remember when they had the fireworks, and Gabby and Joey were cuddling with each other. They missed the entire fireworks show because the entire time they're just making out with each other. It was just like, oh, okay. And I'm just sitting there third wheeling it like a pro.
Yo, you were with Julie.
Yeah, I was with Julie at the time, but it still felt like I was third wheeling it.
That was the last time I saw him.
Yeah. I was hanging out with him the same day he died too, which is really fucked up.
Were you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Like he tried to like stay over at my place.
Mhm.
But he wasn't allowed to. And then it's just like my parents told me what happened, and I was like, oh shit. Like, damn. Like, caught me completely off guard. I was like, oh. Like, oh my god, yeah, like, Joey told me about, like, how he had all these girlfriends and stuff, and, like, how he, like, was never shy around them. Like, he was very direct and everything. But he said that with Gabby, that it was something different, you know, something special. Like he choked up a little bit, and he said he actually felt like real love feelings for her and stuff. And he was talking about how she might possibly be the one and everything. And he was like, it's weird because he was talking to me about it, but he was more experienced at it than I was.
I remember after the funeral, me and Thomas went to Weiss's and bought flowers.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. And balloons, right?
Did we buy balloons?
I think we both got a balloon or something.
Yeah, we did. My mom's like, you guys should get balloons. I was like, why? Oh my god, I was miserable for a year after that. Literally, I was just so... Oh my god, I was so messed up from it all.
It's also fucked up because, okay, so after it happened, Gabby didn't know about it. I was like one of the first people to find out about it, and I was dating Julie at the time, and I was just like, oh, I don't want to tell Gabby directly because, like, how do I tell her that? Like, oh, you know what I mean? Plus, I didn't really know her all that well at the time, so it was kind of, you know, I didn't want to be that guy. So I told Julie what happened, and at first she was like, "You're joking, right? Come on, don't be joking." I'm like, "No, I'm not joking." And she's like, "Oh my god!" And then she told you the next day, right?
No, she didn't tell me at all. She called me that night when I got home from work and said, you know, I gotta talk to you about something that happened, and I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, well, I'll come over in the morning, which I felt was odd for Julie waking up early. And then I had somebody who I went to school with tell me. They called me, telling me they didn't even know we were dating, just saying, oh my god, like, somebody from my school got in a car accident. Like, you gotta go on Facebook and check this shit out. And I was like, oh, okay. And then they told me who it was, and I thought it was a big joke, and it wasn't a joke.
That's really fucked up. Oh.
So that's how I found out.
Yep, and afterwards, for about a whole year, I've been talking to Gabby, calming her down, kind of being her psychologist.
Yeah, I definitely needed some fucking mental help after that shit, because it was so bad.
I like to think I did a good job.
Yeah, you did. I got over it. Oh my god. It's just... It's crazy.
Traumatic experience.
It really is. It's crazy. I remember the funeral when they read the poem that he wrote for me. Oh my god, I died.
Oh yeah, he wrote a poem for you, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. I found it in his room.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.